Hello YouTube, welcome to the eBay Road Show. I'm your host Prime. Today we're going to look at shoes. Now admittedly, I don't know shit about shoes. But I do find anything that's collectible selling on eBay fascinating. A couple things I want to check out today. I was just thinking about shoes, right? And eventually I'm going to need to get some new shoes. And I've got to think, okay, do I want to get some shoes that I've had before that I loved? Or do I want to go out and buy something new? Now, I've had two pairs of shoes in my life that maybe three that I've really enjoyed over all the other shoes. When I was in like 5th or 6th grade, I had a pair of Jordans and they were awesome and I loved them. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for buying those. Two, I had some Eric Costons that I used for skateboarding and they were wonderful shoes. I love those. Also had some Ed Templetons that were really great too. Three, I had some Travis Barkers. Shoes. They were just cool as hell. I wore them on my wedding day. I loved them. I wish I had 100 pairs so that I never ran out of them. I think what people really like about shoes, and again, I'm not a sneakerhead, so I can't really speak on behalf of their community, but there's a couple things going on. One, they just look awesome. They're very fashionable, right? Sneakers are unique, and there's some of them out there that just look incredible. They've got really bright colors. And two, I think it comes down to nostalgia, which is going to be that's going to be a running thing that we're going to see a lot here on the eBay Road Show. Nostalgia drives prices. People love what they had before, and they'll spend big money to try and have that same feeling again. So we're going to check out a couple things. I definitely want to start with the Jordans, so I need to find the pair that I had when I was younger. That's going to be my starting point. Michael Jordan, let's just say Air Jordans 1993? That doesn't, maybe. No, those are not them. So do I need to go further? Let's try 94. Those are definitely not them. So I need to go further back. I'm going to try 1992. I feel like that's getting closer. So 91 maybe? Yeah, that's definitely them. Now, I've seen some Michael Jordans here and there. I haven't really followed up with them since 1991 really, but I've seen some pairs. To me, these were the best pair of Air Jordans. They just look fucking sexy. So Air Jordan 6 is what they're called. So these shoes are awesome. They have that little air bubble at the bottom. That was kind of a big thing in the 90s. They got the loop on the back to help you pull them up. They've got the little, I don't know what you call it, but there's this clip on the front of the laces to kind of help them stay tied. That's something I haven't seen in a while, and I thought that was really cool. So let's take a look and kind of see what these ones are selling for. I think back as a kid, my parents probably spent somewhere between $60 to $100 on them. Let's just say 80, so we're right in the middle there. And I kind of want to see like if, this is a pre-owned pair. They're selling for about that same amount now. But we're going to go ahead and go into the sold section. So on your computer, we're going to the left-hand side. And we're going to go down to where it says show only. And we're going to choose sold items. What that's going to do, that's going to show you just the items that have been completed. I think I'm also going to change my search for Air Jordan 6. I think that's going to be a better way to find that style. Okay, so we're seeing them here, and already I'm noticing quite a price difference. The very first one we see, $16.50. It did have $20 for shipping, but still, even with that, 36 bucks compared to the next one, which is $182.50. These are different colors, and that's going to change some things. I don't think it's going to change it that much. There's a pair of disgusting green ones, and those seem to be a high seller. I'm not quite sure why. Another pair of green ones for $132. Some black ones for $125. Okay, so it seems like, just looking at this, I've got a base here where it looks like the black ones are going anywhere from like $100 to $130, and that's a pretty good base to work with. One thing that we're going to do is we're going to see who got some deals on this stuff. So I'm going to choose price shipping lowest first, and a lot of this is just going to be junk. So let's put our minimum at like, let's say 12 bucks. Maybe that'll get us past some of the junk. And it looks like we're seeing a little bit mix of everything. There's the original ones that are probably on here, but I'm sure a lot of these are the remakes that they do. I get to a point where we can see a few of them trickle in, not just onesie twosies, so that we really have a base for our lower end. $47 best offer accepted. And I'm starting to see a few more of them now. Okay, $40, $30. So here's a pair of the retro ones for $50 plus about $10 shipping. They look like they're in decent shape. Maybe some cleaning would be needed and some laces. Okay, so we're starting to see a lot of them right around the $60 mark, and that's kind of what I was thinking. So if you were to buy these on auction, I think a fair price to pay would be starting at 60 bucks. If you get anything below that, you've got lucky. Congratulations, you win eBay for the day. But right around $60, I think is where you're going to start seeing them. So in theory, you could buy them at 60 and probably put them up to 100, maybe with a little bit of cleaning and make some profit. They are selling. Yeah, there's lots of them that have sold, so I think that would be fair. Let's do our research. Sometimes I'm quick to jump into it. I've seen this shit so many times on different items that I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of what it's going to be before I even see it. And these ones have the boxes. If you get the box, you're going to increase the value. Yeah, those are clean. So I think it's safe to say that if you do it as a buy it now, you can get, let's say 150. I think that's fair. Some of these are going for a little bit more, and that's if they're in good condition. So you would probably need to be spending about $80 on auction to get the ones that are in a little bit better condition. But it looks like there's some money to be made there. Plus, these shoes just look awesome, okay? These look incredible. They make me think of Space Jam and Michael Jordan and Slam Dunks. Yeah, they look really cool. So just for fun, let's kind of see what the spendy Jordans are that are out there, right? And I want to know what is sold, not what people are just making up for and asking. So to do this, I'm going to go to auction and things that have been sold. So that's going to give us a pretty good idea of what the value is. And then we're going to choose the price shipping highest first, okay? New Air Jordan 11 Retro, 13,000. What the fuck? 13,000 on shoes? That's like 6,500 each foot. I don't even think my actual legs are worth that much. Are these super rare? Are limited edition? I don't see any numbers on them. What the fuck? Worn twice? They've already been worn. They're not even brand new. How much are those shoes new? Maybe they were bought by Michael Jordan. Maybe those were his actual shoes. Somebody stole them and he's like, hey, I want my shoes back, and he paid for them. We got some around the $3,000 and $4,000 mark. Here's some retro 3 free throw line. Perfection crafted through a shoe. That's what the guy put. Perfection crafted through a shoe. That's some bullshit right there. I don't know about this, man. It did have 34 bids. That's a legit sale. 34 bids. That's insane. Wow. Air Jordan Retro 3 Oregon Pit Crew. I live in Oregon. I have no idea what this is. Oh, they got duck feet on the back like the Oregon Ducks, and those have been worn too. You guys are killing me with your worn sneakers selling for $2,000. That's. Couple of things I want to check out. One, I had another pair of shoes, right? The Larry Johnsons. And Larry Johnson was this dude, I think he played for the Charlotte Hornets back in the 90s. And he went by Grandma Ma. That was his thing. Back in the day, basketball players would have weird things. You know, Dennis Rodman was just a weirdo. Cliff Robinson had a headband, right? Got to get a headband. And Larry Johnson dressed up like a grandmother, and it was cool, and I don't know why, but let's check out those. Yeah, they were like this. Vintage 1993 Converse Back Jam Larry Johnson Grandma Hornets size 9. That's definitely it. And these were a weird shoe, and I had them, and I liked them a lot. This little thing on the bottom was another air pocket. Remember, air pockets were huge, you know. They help you slam dunk more. And but I would just sit in class and just press on it. It was just something to pass the time. Looking back at it now, though, these shoes are dog poop. They look disgusting. I'm not quite sure why I thought that they were so cool. The Air Jordans, those were sex, man. Those were fucking nice. Those are sexy alien basketball shoes. They look incredible. They make you jump 30 feet taller. These are dog with fleas. I don't know why I wore them. It looks like a shoe fucked a garbage dumpster. That's what these are. Okay, but you know what? Let's check it out. Let's see what these are selling for. Let's see if there's value to them, right? So we're gonna go to the sold section. We're just looking at the recent searches first. I want to find that similar model, right? It was the black dog poop model, I believe, is what. You know what? I'm sorry because I know that there's gonna be some sneakerheads that are watching this. I'm sorry if I just shit on your favorite shoe. So these ones are signed, okay? So autographed items are gonna hold a different value than everything else, okay? These are ridiculous amount that they sold for, $275, and they've got them in a they've got them in this sweet case, you know, like if you ever wanted to, you know, put a tuxedo on a piece of dog poop, this is an excellent way to do it. And they've got a gold plaque for it too, so you know that's great. So I see he signed both of them, and it looks like these ones are a little bit different than the models we looked at before. These ones actually look better. Looking at these ones, here's the biggest problem. Okay, there's no certification in this at all. There's no PSA DNA certified authentication. There's no James Spence authentication. There's not even a Beckett authentication. This seller also has one feedback total. One feedback, and that may have been from this item here. I'm gonna say without a doubt, these are fake. If they were really worth anything at all, they probably would have gone through the trouble to have them authenticated. Something like that would have costed maybe 20 bucks or so to authenticate. There's so many red flags here, and I see autographs like this all the time. And I've been doing autographs for the last 12 years every day, so I know what to look for. I know what the warning signs are. This just has a huge red flag over it. Sure, there's a chance it could be real, but I don't think so. I think that would be a very, very small chance. And these sold for so much money, $275 plus $60 for shipping. You know, he's got to protect that glass case. I really hope someone didn't get burned on this, but I've been doing this long enough to know they probably got burned, and they probably got burned hard. Even if these were authenticated, right? Let's say that they were legit shoes and they were in this case and everything was good like that. I'm still gonna say that's too much money for these shoes here. I would, if I had to put a value on these, if they were authenticated in that case, I would say max 160-ish. At auction, I would expect them, like, if they started at 99 cents or 10 bucks or whatever, I think that those would go anywhere between 60 to 100. And I think that that's fair for someone like that. Larry Johnson's career was kind of short-lived. You know, I would say he was an icon in the 90s. More so for the grandmama, but not so much for basketball. Yeah, that's kind of sad to see. We're going to move on, though. I do want to check out a couple other things. I thought it might be kind of fun to look at the ridiculous side of shoes to close things out for this video. So we're going to take a look and see at auction what stuff sold for men's shoes in the high dollar range. And I'm not quite sure what we're going to see. This isn't the category that I check out a lot. Again, I'm not a sneakerhead. This ought to be something fun to check out today. We'll check out this first one here. It's sold for $92,000. $92,000. Okay, vintage, original, OG Nike mag. Back to the Future 2, Marty McFly, one shoe only. What is that? Is that puke? Is that cornflakes? I have no idea what that is. Am I supposed to know what that is? I've seen that movie. Let's take a look at the description here. An incredible opportunity to own a real piece of history. This auction is for the original Nike mag that was made for Back to the Future 2. Nike Mags were the first shoes that Nike made specifically for a movie. No shipping, local pickup in Portland, Oregon. The shoe is too fragile to ship. Okay, so I've got some red flags with this too. The thing that it does have going for it, Portland does have a big Nike location here, so it is very possible that you're going to see some cool Nike stuff come from Portland, Oregon. Here's the downside for this item specifically. They're kind of playing it up like it was one of the ones that was used in the movie. Movie props and stuff like that have a way to identify them. Right? They're tagged, and this one doesn't show any of that stuff there. So nothing tells me that this is one that was worn on the screen, right? Whew. $92,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Next one that had the most amount of bids was Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Buddha. Sold out everywhere. New and real. No, Yeezys are a big deal. 121 bids. So this had a lot of people checking it out. I don't think those shoes are hot, man. Do not. They look like a shoe had sex with a butterfly and they're in the cocoon stage. That's what they look like to me. And maybe one day they'll turn into a beautiful shoe, but right now they're just in a cocoon. And I can't believe that auction had so much heat on it. That's a lot of heat for that pair of shoes. Air Jordan one-off. Again, so this is one of the things that we see with, not Portland, but Beaverton, which I guess is where the headquarters is out here, circa 1985. So this one's pretty cool. It's stamped right on there. Off-white, Nike, Air Jordan. It looks like it comes with some laces there. I don't know if those are the originals. If they are, orange is a bold color, man. That's a bold color for laces. This looks like it would be the real deal. And it looks like they're in incredible shape too. It's no surprise to me that a shoe like this brought in $400. I mean, that looks like that's a home run all day long. Okay, we got another high value shoe here. Nike Air Force One Premium Georges, aka Entourage Laser. These are laser shoes. These look like hot fucking shoes though, man. These are cool. I like the baby blue. Can't quite see like the image in the insides though. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, those are awesome, man. Those are some good shoes. Laser pack. I don't know what the laser is. Okay, so these ones, they say promo right on them. Okay, that's why they brought in so much. Original box, personalized by senior designer Mark Smith. Tumbled leather, one of the most highly sought after Air Force Ones of all time. Those are some pretty cool shoes, man. I mean, I would never bid that much on them, but I could totally see why other people did. Looks like this one had 99 bids on it. Nike Air Foam Posit Paranorman size 10. New in box rare, 100% authentic with cloth. 4,500. Go fuck yourself. What are you doing? What is this? These are not hot shoes. Those are, no. Now, look, these look like they're rare, right? So I'm sure that brings the high demand. I don't think they're worth it, man. I don't like the plastic on the sides. That looks weird to me. And it looks like it's green flames. Are these for the movie Paranorman? The kids movie? Somebody spent $4,000 on a cartoon movie themed shoes? Okay. Alright. I think that's a good one to end it on there. It's kind of fun to step out of my comfort zone here. I've had the same pair of shoes for like the last year, and I've been thankful that they've lasted that long. It's cool to step in someone else's world though and see what they're interested in. And maybe I'll check out some of these out. And I'm trying to think, maybe with my next pair of shoes, I might look for those Jordans, see if I can get a good deal on them. That could be kind of fun. But thanks for taking the journey with me today, and I hope you saw something cool. We'll see you next time.